Welcome back to the second part of my new podcast about Pete Davidson and my amazing experience looking for him around New York, because I also went to Staten Island. I went to other boroughs in New York, like for example New Jersey, for the concert of Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then I moved to Queens, also Liberty Island, Ellie Island, Governor Island, and Coney Island. So a lot of islands in my trip. But this special one about I'm going to tell you it's Staten Island, because as you already know, I spent a very special day there in looking for something linked to Pete Davidson. So in the first episode, I talk about the first step of my trip around that place, which was the Nino's Pizza Tavern, a restaurant and tavern, and we have to move forward, and I'm gonna tell you about another place in which I decided to go and losing my show in Broadway and forgetting about my show in Broadway, but it didn't matter because I was so happy to be in Staten Island. And although I didn't find and didn't meet Pete anywhere and in no place around Staten Island, I decided to stay there and go around, see how Staten Island was, which was completely different from the city I was visiting during that days in my solo trip in New York. And in fact, I saw a lot of beautiful and colorful houses with little gardens, very, very special place, very calm, very quiet and relaxing place. So when I stopped with a bus at probably Tottenville, yeah, I was in Tottenville, I arrived in Tottenville. As I was saying in the first episode, I tried to walk without knowing what I was going on and what I was walking, but it was so a quiet place that made me feel so comfortable, and I wanted to stay there. And I decided to when I was there, looking at those front door of the houses and the little garden, I remember that Pete, during a quarantine, shared a video with oh my god, how was the name? I'm so confused. I can't remember if it was Adam Sandler or Ben Stiller. I have let me tell you that I have a serious problem with people who are very similar, and I can't remember exactly the right names. And also this happened with my friends, with people I know, that I don't know, it happens. I can't make difference and find difference between them, and so also the names for me is a problem to remember. So I can't remember if it was Adam Sandler or Ben Stiller, but that video was so funny, that song was so funny. We all needed that video. And I remember this video in which in the first part there was Pete Davidson in his house, because he was spending the quarantine with his mother, and his sister in his mother's house. And the video was really funny because Pete Davidson, I think, is probably the funniest guy on the planet. I watched 2 minutes ago, before I started recording this podcast, I watched Netflix The Joe Festival on Netflix, and just for 3 minutes, and I fell out of I don't know, but I was laughing loud. I was laughing till I cry, because it's impossible not to laugh during the stand-up of Pete Davidson. And also, he saved me during quarantine, because I spent a lot of days watching his show, watching his videos on YouTube, his interviews, his past interviews, and it was so funny. It was so funny. And thank you, because quarantine days were very hard to face, and we everyone of us had to find something or someone. But if you were alone at home like me, I spent 2 months and a half alone, completely alone in my house, because I was just moved before the pandemic. So I was in this house where I'm recording this podcast. I was in this house and I was completely alone, empty house, because I was just arrived here. I just moved here, and so I decided I had to find out special ways to spend my time. But I don't want to talk about how I spend my time during quarantines, because it's really weird. And so I go back to the story about Pete Davidson. So in quarantine, he spread this video, very funny video and funny song, but it was so real. I mean, it was telling in the song exactly the same routine we all have to observe during the quarantine, because it was inevitable. And so we all do that, like wash our hands like 100 times in a day, spend a lot of time on the couch watching TV and series. He also mentioned Ozark, and thanks to him I started watching Ozark, because I didn't know what was it, and it was really interesting, but it was really scary for me to watch alone in my house. And so it took me like 2 years to finally end the series, the TV show, the series, and the series one. But it was worth it. Thank you, Pete Davidson, for the suggestion, because Ozark, I already watched Ozark, like he says, stop in my house, I can't get out. Yeah, it's quarantine in my house. Yeah, spending out and like it on the couch. Yeah, and I go crazy and crazy and crazy, and I go crazy and crazy and crazy. Cause I'm my friend, nothing to lose. I spend my mind, they give me two, something like that. Sorry, Pete, but it was so funny, and I can remember a very special part of the song. And so, go back to my arrived in Tottenville. I watched that video on my phone, and I realized that he was walking around in some scenes of the video, in some frame, and I did some screenshots of the part of the video in which he was walking around the house, just to figure out if I can recognize the house among all the houses in Tottenville, but it was impossible because there was a lot of houses, and I couldn't recognize each one because they were also the same. It was so similar one to each other. So I started to walk, and I walked like for 2 hours, just walking around houses and gardens and listening to "Stuck in My House, I Can't Get Out." Yeah, the funniest song is spread in during quarantine, but without fine. I asked to. I remember that. I was feeling in borderline, like I spent 1 minute telling to me, whispering to me, okay, so you have to ask some people around here if they know where Pete Davidson grew up here in Tottenville. But the minutes after, I decided, oh no, you can't do this. No, you are really weird. It's really weird. You can't do this. People are going to think that you are really crazy, and so you don't have to. And I didn't. So I walked like for 2 hours around houses, among houses, and between gardens, like I was saying. And then I decided to, I don't know how, but looking for something about Pete on the web, I found out that there was this restaurant where he took Kim for a special dinner. And so I decided I wanted to visit the place, but it was really far. Just walking, but I didn't want it to take another bus or another like train. So I also, because probably there weren't any trains working on there, so I decided to walk. I remember it was really hot, and I was very hungry. I was very also, I wanted to drink some water, but I didn't have with me a bottle. I don't know why, but, and I used to drink a lot of water during the days, but on that time and during that day, also my cell phone was running out of charge, the battery was really low, and it was just probably like around 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 p.m. And then I walked, because I saw on the web that the restaurant was near the ocean, near the beach. So I went there, and finally, like after 1 hour walking, I found the Angelina restaurant. And so I decided to go inside, but just looking outside, it was really a luxury restaurant. I was figuring out it was a luxury place. I was thinking that I probably expected to find me in a very luxury place. And so, in fact, when I went in, 2 special girls, Gigi, and I can't remember the name of the other girl on the desk on the main desk and of the reception of the restaurant. But it was so funny because one of them, Gigi, introduced me the restaurant, also the owners, Angelina, who is also Italian, like the previous one, the owners of the Nino's Pizza, where the King of Staten Island was set. And also I rewatched another time, I don't know how many times I watched that movie, The King of Staten Island, because it's really fun for me. And I remember that Pete Davidson, I also focused my attention on during the scenes when Pete Davidson, like Scott in the movie, alias Scott in the movie, was working in the Dennis Pizza, and it was really fun because I was there. I mean, I went there in that restaurant, and it was so strange to see that restaurant. Also, the place inside changed a lot because the cast member decided to move all the stuff inside and create a different situation, a different place, so as they create their own set for the movie. But it was really, really special. Rewatched the movie and focused my attention on Dorino's Pizza. Then I moving back to Angelina's restaurant. I was introduced to Angelina thanks to Gigi, and she was so kind because I also was wearing that T-shirt I told and described in the previous one in the previous episode. But it was really hot that during my walking, I decided to undress, to take off my T-shirt. So I had a black dress under it, and I was, oh my God, but I didn't show the T-shirt. I talk about the T-shirt, but I didn't show them. But I also spread my love for Pete Davidson, so they could figure out why I was there, why I decided from New York from Times Square to went to Staten Island. And it was so weird because they were also in love with Pete Davidson, and they started telling me what happened that night when he came with Kim Kardashian. And it was really funny because they told that someone talked about their coming, and so there was a lot of crowd, a lot of people outside, and they have to stay in a private place, maybe a rooftop, I can't remember. But let me tell you that I was so happy being there. Sorry, but it was just kind of crazy things I was doing for myself, and like I was feeling like I don't know, a crazy girl, but and weird. But I had to. I was there, and I had to. Sorry. And let me tell you that day, Staten Island was was something I didn't expect that it could happen, but it happened, and now I'm so happy that I'm here telling you the story. And if this wouldn't happen, I could not tell you. I could not record this podcast. I could not reach maybe Pete Davidson. You know what I mean? So there is another thing. So I was introduced to Angelina. Angelina was really special. Talking about she also introduced me to another member of the staff of the restaurant, which it was really expensive because I looked at I was staring at the menu they gave me, and they also prepared for me. Gigi was a very, very, very special bartender, so she decided to let me try a drink, sweet drink, but not alcoholic, as I asked to her. And so she gave me this, prepared for me, she scooped this drink, and then Angelina decided to introduce me to the waiter who worked for Pete that night, and he told me that he decided to order cacio e pepe. And so, how was that cacio e pepe, Pete? It was really good. Did you like it? Because here in Italy, especially in Rome, we love cacio and pepe. If you want to eat someday in Italy, let me know. I can bring you to special place here in Italy to eat some good pasta, and because I have a lot of friends who are really able to taste different kind of restaurants and dishes in their in like famous areas here in Italy, especially in Rome. So if you want to come in Italy, tell me and let me know. I can bring you around all the or all our Italy. And what I was talking about, I can remember. I have a lot of things to tell you, but probably have to record another episode because it just took 20 minutes and we left 10 minutes, then we have to stop. But let me tell you that after I met the waiter of oh my god, restaurant Angelina, who was working for Pete and Kim that night, and he also told me, oh, it's a nice guy, he's so humble, he's so gentle, and he didn't drink a lot of alcohol, he just ordered some beer. Oh my god, yeah, we can share some beer, yeah, cheers. And oh my god, I'm dreaming a lot during these days for different reasons, but I'm not telling you why. And okay, so then I went out because Angelina was so proud that I was there from Italy, so he wanted to show me all the place outdoor of the restaurant. It was really big and quiet and calm. I mean, it was this view of the ocean, and it was probably like near not during the sunset time, but it was quite quietly near the time. So the light was amazing, the sun. I remember this beautiful landscape, and also there was probably some ceremony was celebrating on the garden in the backyard of Angelina's restaurant. And I promise, and I'm telling you, Pete, that I promise to Angelina that I will come back to the restaurant, but just only if Pete will marry me, and let me dream about Pete, and so just in case Pete will marry him and we'll back together to Angelina's restaurant, just to share our love with all the people who already knows how I love Pete Davidson, how much I care. Because I think that our souls are so linked, are so connected. He probably he doesn't know, because I don't know if he reached my letter. I don't know where the fuck is my letter still, and I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'm not gonna tell you where I put that letter, and I hope the letter is still in the place I put, but otherwise I'm gonna leave another letter in another different place, and it will be, so I'll be more sure that the letter will remain. So I was telling that I feel that me and Pete have a lot in common, like the passion for some kind of music, the passion for some kind of situation. I don't know how to explain, something I felt inside my heart. And also I watched a lot of interviews about Pete, all the movies in which Pete took part, all the sketches in SNL. Oh my god, last night I saw that he was hosting his friend of SNL, Kenan Thompson, and it was really special to see him. I want to believe that he's still good, he's feeling good, that he's good, because we don't know how Pete is going on and how Pete is feeling during these days. But I saw him with this jacket, dark gray jacket and pants, with his beautiful smile, just white sunglasses and his blonde hair. It was so cool. And his smiles, I love his smiles. I love his, oh my God, passion for everything he does. He's really special guy. I love him. Sorry, Pete, I love you. And so I wanted to, because I know he's in love with Eminem. I mean, one of his first love for the music came from Eminem, Marshall Mathers, especially. Also, for me, was the same. One of my favorite singer is Eminem. Since I was born, I can't remember exactly, but I know like a lot of songs of Eminem, also by heart, and I really appreciate, and I really it would be so cool if one day me and Pete Davidson could sing together some Eminem song. It's one of the things I like to do with this guy. And it could be really fun, because also I saw that during SNL he did a lot of sketches with, like, for example, the party of Stan. My tears don't come and wonder why I thought I'd have had it all. And Monday we can touch my window and I can see it all. Even if I could, it'd all be great. Okay? And he was doing the part in which the fan wrote to Eminem, and he didn't obviously receive back any other answers. So I want to sing a song, and I want to make a challenge to Pete, because one day if we will meet, we probably should sing this song. I don't know if he is in love with this song as I am, but I like to put this here. And I like to sing now because it's really difficult, but I really love to. I really had a very special. Oh my God! I lost this album. It's called, and it's really quite broken because I consumed this, as you can see, and this is Encore by Eminem. I literally consume this like little book with all the lyrics, because I spent a lot of afternoon just singing to this one. And like, for example, other please forgive me for I know not what I do. I just never had the chance to ever meet you. Therefore I did not know that I would grow to be my mother's evil see and Judy's evil deeds. Questa è l'introduction. And in this album, Encore, which probably Pete would love the same as me, there are a lot of beautiful songs famous, like Just Lose It, Just Lose It, as like that. Or for example, there is Mockingbird is very beautiful now. Little baby, don't you cry, everything's gonna be alright. Stiffing up, lollipop, little lady, I told ya that is it or hold ya to the night. I know mommy's by you right now. We don't know how we feel inside. Let me see a little crazy, pretty baby, but I promise mama's gonna be alright. And then we have this special one, which I really love, which is called Crazy in Love. And I dedicate to you, Pete. This is for you. And I hope that one day we could sing this together. So, it goes like this. Can't you see what you do to me, baby? You made me crazy, you made me like a maniac. I'm like a lunatic, you made me sick. You're truly the only one who can do this to me. You just made me get so crazy. I get so insane. I just go schizophrenic. 1 minute I wanna see you, the next I wanna sex. You made me crazy, you made me like too maniacs. In the same way, felt like to check rabbits, and maybe that's a better. Cause the next day we're the right back, and I'm in the same sad pattern. What the fuck is the matter with us? We can figure it out what is lost. I felt his love is attracting us to each other, to see that every man gets up to my reason man, which would explain why you're such a motherfucking be better. Say, sick it out with you, even though I just hit you today. But you deserve me to with me first and provoke me to choke me just cause I came on the last night really bad, and I watch But if there's one thing about you that I admire, is baby, because you stay with me, baby, because you're as crazy as I am. Cause when I look at you, I can see an angel in your eyes. But if I look deeper inside, see a freakish little side, like a devil in disguise. You're always full of surprises. I was full of the vibes, others will be the vibes. And no, it's so in about it. And that's who we're trying to see once and whenever when it's 20 more back. So they goes out a little sort just like a little girls like you do in middle school. You stay you crazy, sexy coach, and then you play your position. You never step out of line. Even though I stay in your business, you always kept out of mine. I wonder why sometimes I say love is blind. Maybe that's why the first time I died at your eyes, I didn't see the sign. Or maybe you did, maybe you let me shout. Maybe cause it's crazy in love. Let me go crazy on you. Crazy on you. Let me go crazy, crazy on you. And then it goes like the second verse. You are the ink to my paper, while my pain is to my pad. The more I verify, but that helps the sense of my rap. You are my reason for being the meaning of my existence. It wasn't for you, I would never be able to dispense and since I did that to in the air. You need you rely on me as much as I rely on you to inspire me like you do. You provide me the light of fuel, the fuel to my fire. You're my entire supply, gas that makes it another. The only way that I'm able to stay so stable as you. This is to my fable. If you break a back, I fall on my face. But I'm always gonna make you feel I don't need you as much as I really need you. So don't use it for you, you are the best. But you're a sentence to me, you're the air I breathe. I believe if you ever leave me, I probably have no reason to be. You are the king of my marshal, you're the slim shuma shady. The dread of mine, even dealing not too many. You are the word that I'm looking for when I'm trying to describe how I'm feeling sour and I just want to come on my mind. You are the Peter that props me at the beat that supports me, the bitch you never took off, the wife who never divorced me. You like the root to my evil, you let my devil come on me, you let me beat the shit out you before they shitty shit on me. And no matter how much, too much is never enough. Maybe because we're crazy in love, let me go crazy on you. Oh my god, this was so amazing. I remember I learned these lyrics by heart. It was really funny when I was in a medium school. And then we have a lot of songs I like to know, but probably without the lyrics, it's really strange. But I was really in love with that song, and it was, I can remember. Let me see if I can find this in another part of my ticket. No, it's just this one. And so yeah, this was my favorite song, but I like to sing another song because I think that probably it is really funny, don't you think? And I also think Pete will appreciate it if he only could see my or watch or listen to my podcast. And this is, oh my god, how it was working. Like for example, oh my god, I really also love Lose Yourself by, look, if you had one shot or one opportunity, this is everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture or just let us let? Yo, his palms are heavy, knees weak, calms are heavy, his vomit on his over already, mouth spaghetti, he's nervous, but as ever see this calm, they're ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The world cow goes so loud. He opened his mouth, but the words won't come now. He's choking now. Everybody's joking now. The clocks run out. Time's so over. Blouse, net back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. He choke. It's so bad, but he won't bad as he know. He fall back at his moment. His own back for their backs for the night. But in yo, they both battle the gas at the moment. And home they don't do it. Who's the sound in the music? At the moment you want it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, the now needs to change the blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better. So I'm escaping to this all that is gaping. The word is mine or the taken. Make me king as we move with horror. No other lover. I know my life is boring, but superstar me close the glow spotter and only glow's father. Oh, it's all flattered, it blows, it's all over, the close father, close, it's all over, the moan, it's all father, and it's all father, it's more, and then I can't remember the lyrics, sorry. And just to ending this second episode because I really wanted to talk about Pete Davidson like for 24/7. Like, I don't know, but I have a lot of things to say about Pete, and I want to talk about his show because they are amazing. And so, okay, so someone's stopping again for the second time, and I have to get to the point. So let me tell you that I don't know, but before I printed a t-shirt I mentioned in the previous episode, I also printed another t-shirt. I promise you that I'll find and I'll show you because the t-shirt I still have it and I didn't throw away, but it was kind of different because there was no New York over there, but there were a stamp of oh my god, Popeye and Olivia, and I printed a lot of Lila P. Davidson, where are you, etc., etc. And I'll show you if I can find, but I don't know where I put this t-shirt. So okay, here we are to the end of the episode. Hope you really enjoy this crazy one. And I think in the third episode, I would like to, talk about Pete Davidson in other ways, and also it will be a surprise because I have to tell you a lot of other things and weird things that happened to me about Pete Davidson. So stay tuned for the third episode. I'm so tired. And bye.